Rarely have two incidents happening on two sides of the globe, beginning around the same time, almost to the day, cause so much acceleration and delight with one, and so much exasperation and despair with the other. I'm talking about Amazon and Manipur, about the miraculous rescue of 4 little children from the Colombian Amazon rainforests and the miserable state of affairs in Manipur. It was Danish poet, philosopher and social critic Soren Kierkegaard who said, "Happiness is the greatest hiding place for despair." If so, while we are living through the daily horrors of Manipur, day after day for 45 days now, we'll have to go to the miraculous rescue of the 4 little children from the Amazon rainforests for solace. 13-year-old Leslie Jacob Umbair McCurtery and her siblings Soleni 9 years, Tian 4 years, and Christine 11 months. The plane crash in the Amazon happened on May 1. The ethnic clashes in Manipur began on May 3rd. From the miraculous rescue in the Amazon, the world has a story it can cherish for years. From the fires in Manipur that are consuming houses, schools, churches and other buildings, India hopes that it will kindle our hearts enough that we will realize the folly and barbarity of killing fellow humans, particularly at a time when we take claim for being a spiritual powerhouse for the whole world. But first, that sheer joy that transcends national borders when we all join hands for a noble cause. It is not that you or I knew the children or would ever get to meet them or know them, but that sheer bond of humanity that runs through all of us, which made us all worry for the children and pray for their rescue. The 4 little children and 3 adults, including their mother and the pilot, were on a Cessna 206 single-engine propeller aircraft flying from Araraquara to San Jose del Guavia when an engine failure brought down the aircraft, killing all 3 adults and leaving the little children to navigate the massive Amazon forests with all its terrors. Sounds like a film script, but it had a filmy ending too. What pulled at our heartstrings was a parent-like protection, leadership skills and care that the eldest of the siblings, Leslie, only 13 years, showed in the face of seemingly insurmountable odds of the Amazon forests. From mosquitoes, spiders and numerous other insects to snakes, jaguars and other predators, and even the likely presence of armed drug peddlers. Equally enthralling was how the Colombian government went about the rescue mission. It quickly put together a team of 150 soldiers, 80 volunteers drawn from the indigenous communities to provide ground-level natural forest information and intelligence, and a team of dogs, all controlled directly by President Gustavo Petro. If you are wishing India's President and Prime Minister were directly focused on Manipur from the time the clashes began, you are not alone. The manner in which the children survived the odds for 40 days was as exhilarating and inspiring as the rescue efforts. For the first few days, the children survived eating the cassava flour that the family was carrying in the plane. And once that was exhausted, they turned to eating seeds, roots and plants that they knew were edible. The rescue team dropped some 10,000 flyers and pamphlets into the forests in Spanish and indigenous language, and helicopters broadcast a message from the children's grandmother asking them not to keep moving around. In all, the rescue team traveled about 2,600 kilometers. That's nearly the distance from Delhi to Kanyakumari. When the children were finally found, General Pedro Sanchez, who led the rescue team, said, "We found the children, miracle, miracle, miracle." And the children's grandmother, Fatima Valencia, said, "I'm very grateful to Mother Earth as well that they were set free." Colombian President Gustavo Petro said, "It was a meeting of indigenous and military knowledge that had demonstrated a different path towards a new Colombia." Words that will make us hope that the indigenous groups of Manipur will demonstrate a different path towards a new Manipur with competent political leadership. The Manipur clashes began on May 3rd, 2 days after the Colombian plane crash, but continues to simmer even now, 45 days later. What's frustrating is that nobody seems to be in control. Of India's 540 odd Lok Sabha MPs, only 2 from Kerala, Haibi Eden and Dean Kuriakose, have reportedly even visited Manipur, that too undercover. Tweets from some of India's former senior military officers reflect the despondency. Retired Lieutenant General L. Nishikanta Singh tweeted, "I'm just an ordinary Indian from Manipur living a retired life. The state is now stateless. Life and property can be destroyed anytime by anyone, just like in Libya, Lebanon, Nigeria, Syria, etc. It appears Manipur has been left to stew in its own juice. Is anyone listening?" To that, former Army Chief General retired VP Malik responded, an extraordinary sad call from a retired Lieutenant General from Manipur. Law and order situation in Manipur needs urgent attention at highest level. On the ground, the Indian Army, the Assam Rifles and the Manipur Rapid Action Force are all trying to restore peace. For success, it will need good governance too. While Manipur burns, my heart also goes out to two of my close friends from Manipur. During my student days of the early 1980s in Chennai, Chaubal Mite and Inawamacha Maite. Take care guys, love you. While the cookies and Mites are involved in deadly clashes in Manipur, let me leave you with the heartwarming story from Muatupuzha, Kerala, of the Tattuparamba Juma Masjid deciding recently to set aside tradition and announce the deaths of all local residents through the mosque's loudspeaker. The first of those announcements, the death of one T.K. Kuttappan, a Hindu, was made this week from the mosque. Better still, the mosque officials do not even consider this something revolutionary. Instead, they say this is one of the many ways to preserve brotherhood of the locality. This video is dedicated to Wilson, one of the dogs in the Colombian rescue team that was lost in the Amazon forest. Dear Wilson, the mission is over successfully. Please do return. How the world longs for a bow wow from you.